I remember asking my mother, probably a few months ago, what was my father's history? Because if you've been watching my videos, you know that my father was a complete monster, right? He was the number one narcissist, my first narcissist that I met in my life. It was all about him. He didn't care even before he died. My father never apologized for the stuff that he did to me, but I knew that it was something that was in me that was disturbed as a kid, right? Because of the way that my father did me. So that as I grew up, I began to act out in different ways, right? And so the reason why I'm making this video is because it's very important to check somebody's bloodline, right? And so as I began to grow up and look at how I was, I began to hate how I was, and I began to change how I was. I had some narcissistic traits that my father had left with me, right? And I had some actually some generational curses that my father had left me, right? So I had to do a lot of work to change my life around and start caring about people. But I seen those same traits in my child, right? And he carries that to this day, right? And I can tell you some things about that he's done, not just to me, but to my mother as well, that are very disturbing. But you want to check somebody's history. You might want to do a full investigation on people these days to make sure you're not linking up with somebody that's demonic, because there are demonic bloodlines, or you can call them generational curses, right? And I was involved in it. I broke that curse, right, when it came to abusing children and things like that my father did. I've never done that to my children, and I'm very aware when I'm hurting somebody, I'm very quick to apologize to somebody. I've changed that, but I do see that has passed on to my son, right? So you want to be very careful when just because a person look good, and many people judge me saying, oh, you're nice looking, and you're this and you're that, but back then I was a monster and I was nobody that you want today. Don't go by how somebody looks. Do a full investigation on a person that you're thinking about dating or even allowing around your children. Do a full investigation to make sure you're not dealing with some demonic narcissistic person. You don't want that kind of person in your life.